Welcome back with just the host. I'm Ryan.
I'm Brennan.
And I'm Dustin.
For another episode of Flight Tales.
And now for the runway report.
The runway report.
That was good. Y'all getting better at that too.
We are.
All right, so what's going on at the school?
Weather.
Yes. What, last week did we have a full week last week of no weather?
It was towards the back end of it.
Yeah.
Towards the back end of the week, we got a little bit of weather, and now
we're getting
stuck
weather
with
right
it.
now.
Yeah, we're stuck with it. It's
Stuck with the weather. I don't know if it's supposed to clear up tomorrow.
No.
No, not going to clear up. Not even like half a day, like
No.
bad in the morning, good in the afternoon. Well, we didn't have anybody do a check ride this week, did we? What about last week? Who did we have last week?
David, he passed.
Oh yeah, David. David passed, yeah.
Yay, David.
Yay, David, yeah. Can you make VHS tapes?
I can.
Okay, because I'm
going to need some.
I want a TV on
the rolling cart.
On a rolling cart with a VCR at
That's
the bottom.
strapped with like a buckle strap.
Yes, a buckle strap, and I want to roll that into the class. Today, kids, we're doing watching a video. And put the VHS tape in there, and then it's like snowy, and then
And then it kind of clears up, but every like 10 minutes it just goes.
Yep, yeah, yes.
What
nostalgia?
What are we watching?
Oh, we're watching Peyton's, podcast.
Yeah, that's what we're watching.
Anything we've ever filmed with Peyton is going in.
But it will be on VHS, and it will have like it's old, like it's been a long time.
Can we Can we please do this?
I don't know where we're going to find this TV with this cart.
I don't know. I mean, we could just use a different TV, but...
Or back in the day, remember in school, they had the big old, it was like a DVD thing, but it was like the size of your, super round.
Ryan's really old, Brennan.
Yeah, I was...
Okay, never mind on that one.
No. What are you talking about? Really round.
They had I guess it was DVD, but it was like a big, like a record size, like a big record. It was about the size of a record.
I was joking whenever I said Ryan's really old.
Sounds like those little things you had to crank to play the movie.
We didn't have, they didn't use them
Ryan's
that
like,
much.
oh, that's not how they did it.
That's not.
You're cranking it the wrong way.
They didn't use them that much. It wasn't, you didn't see them that much. You saw more of the VCR than you saw the other. No, I'm telling you, you got to Google that thing, and maybe you'll find it. See, I'm not crazy. Look at that. It was huge.
It's like a giant DVD.
Yeah.
What is
no,
it?
now that I've seen it, I see
Yes,
it. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Because you had to fit it in and it was like you put it in like a record player looking thing.
Yes, the whole top.
Yeah.
I think the top came up on the.
Yeah,
it's like a DVD. Go back to the podcast. Yeah, so we had the issue with the oil pressure gauge on
updates?
09 Echo, but it's
Different oil thing.
Yeah,
not
it's
the
a
metal.
different. Yeah, it's a
Different.
Well, that one is, I think. Well, I'm not sure if it got fixed. Mike is working on it right now.
Oh.
The cylinders on 6.4 Papa are going to be repaired. We sent them back to Poplar Grove. Sent it back to the engine shop, and they said, "Oh yeah, we can fix that." To the same engine shop that did the overhaul back in the day, so they can be fixed. And I think they were going to repair them this week and ship them out. And we only got 1 day left of the week, so hopefully they get them repaired. Because they said they were going to ship them out this week.
The 6.4 Papa will be back in business.
It will.
Let's get some pre-solo advice.
Pre-solo advice. Advice. Hey.
There we go.
Hey,
Here we go.
let's go back to I tell you what, some pre-solo advice.
Tell us, Ryan.
I'm gonna tell you, look at your ACS.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah.
Yes. That was, if you look at what Peyton was talking about in the podcast, he was talking about some instructors don't even show their students the ACS. Yeah.
I feel like it takes 10 words. Here's the ACS. This is what you need to know to pass your check ride.
This is your test.
Here you go.
This is your test.
If you don't read this, you're a crazy person.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's I think everybody just gets confused though about the ACS not confused about what it is, but like they'll look at the ACS and for like the weather part, it'll say know everything about these topics. Fog, thunderstorms. It's like, well, we could talk about fog and thunderstorms forever. What do I need to know about fog and thunderstorms?
What do you mean by everything?
Yeah.
So it doesn't. It just says that.
No, it'll say fog, thunderstorms, rain, icing.
So it's like what to know about weather.
Yeah,
then it just lists.
Yes.
It doesn't say know this about fog. How fog affects whatever.
No. Yeah. So like it's the same thing with the.
That's a little foggy.
Yeah.
There's a joke.
There's your cockpit comedy.
Cockpit comedy.
But no, it's
I apologize.
Like, it says private pilot privileges and limitations for one of the sections. And it's like, okay, so now I got to go back and look at everything dealing with that. So the best way to do it is go through the ACS, yeah, but then like each topic, know everything about that topic.
Well, and then Peyton does kind of explain, like, go through the ACS, and if you have questions, ask your instructor.
Yeah.
Because they'll know, like...
Well, like he was talking about the turning stall and saying that, like, if a student goes through the ACS and sees that on the power on stall or the power off stall, you can do it at 20-degree bank, you know, and they said, well, we never did that. You know, I might be tested on that.
Yeah.
Then you can.
So it's up to the instructor to know that they should have taught them that, but it's also up to the student
to say, hey, it says I might have to do one at 20-degree bank, and
can we try that? Let's go.
I never did that before, you know. So I mean, it's a kind of a check on the instructor, but the student's supposed to look at it.
I was telling Ryan this morning, it's like if you have a final for a test coming up, like in school.
Yeah.
Hey, the test is on Friday. You have until then to study. With check rides, you study until you know it. Then you choose to take the final.
Yeah. So you have all the time in the world.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So there's no, I mean.
I would have passed all my tests in school if I could have done that.
Yeah. But I mean, some people work better.
Under pressure.
With a guideline, or a timeline, right? Yeah. Or like a timeline. Like, hey, I'm scheduling your check ride. Because like based off of where you are right now, you should be ready by then. So obviously you can't go like first day, like, hey, I'm going to schedule your check ride.
Good luck.
Be ready.
Ready or not, here it comes.
Here it come.
But yeah, some people are need it, I guess, because some people lollygag.
Yeah, they won't want to study until they have to cram.
Some people think we're out to keep you here as long as possible. I'm not. I want you to be done. I want you to go.
You have a goal, and we're trying to reach that goal.
Yeah. You have a goal, and it's my goal to get you to that goal.
Yeah.
So I don't want you to just stay around and fly for 150 hours and not be a private pilot.
No.
So
ridiculous.
Yeah. Goal is to get you out.
No.
Stupid.
Yeah, we like to get you out as fast as we can. And that all depends on how often you fly. You came most of the week. 5 days a week?
Monday through Friday.
And so, you know, you got done fast. But these people that come like once a week or twice a week, you know, they're going to take a little bit longer to get done.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
It's okay. It's all
your
right.
timeline. It's whatever.
Yeah, I mean, some people are still working and they're just doing this for fun or they're trying to work and do this, you know, at the same time. But it's just it's going to be hard and it's going to take longer and you got to allocate your time to study and all that stuff, you know.
Yeah. And it's a lot.
But yeah, the ACS is that's your test.
Yeah.
That's your check ride with whoever you do it with, any examiner.
Yes, you should use your instructor as a tool to know as much as you can, but you can't fully 100% rely on your instructor to teach you every single thing there is to know about flying, because there is so much. I'm going to teach you how to fly the plane, but like the knowledge aspect of it, like you said, go through it. And if there is something that you just don't understand or you need help with, then let me know. But I'm going to try and cover as much as I can.
Or if you can't find the right information. Or...
Yeah. I mean, have you ever, we've got like 3 or 4 books that you could read for your private pilot's license.
Just read them.
Yes. I promise you, I'm not covering 100% of everything that's in that book. Those 4 books that you could use.
It's, again, like in school, the teacher's not reading word for word every chapter of every
No,
English
you have
history
to do some
math.
studying on your own. You have to take some sort of accountability for yourself to pass your check ride.
If you read the books, you know, and you talked about it with in one of the ground classes, you know, it takes time for all that stuff to click, you know. So like you don't just seeing it once is not going to help. You got to go home and read it and study.
Yeah. Study.
Radio procedures.
Yeah.
This is 65752 landing.
It's where the control like they're like, are you landing?
wait,
It's like period or question mark?
Like, would you what? Like, are you currently landing?
Yes. Wait. Did you want to land?
We didn't tell you could land.
I'm confusing on your punctuation.
We were talking about how be confident whether you know what you're saying or not.
Yeah.
Be confident that, hey, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I want to land.
Really?
And they'll help you out.
Yeah.
If you do sound confident, I mean, they wouldn't know any different unless you ask some out there. But I mean, if you sound pretty confident.
Hey, spaceship shuttle 3.
Yeah.
and a
If
half
you said
diamonds,
something crazy like that, you know, like, hey, this is the space shuttle coming in for a landing 4 right.
Whoa.
What? Whoa. Yeah. Start looking around.
Oh, there you are.
Oh my God.
Oh,
You know, we did the video this morning with the radio communications, and a lot of times students, you'll tell them, you're say I'm Cessna 65752 ready for takeoff, runway 4 right. And so they'll 65752 ready for takeoff 4 right, and then they click the button, and it take off, and you're like, what happened?
752 take off.
Yeah.
What?
And then tower will come back and say, 752, are you ready for takeoff?
so they hear when you key up.
Yeah.
So they know something's about to come out.
Yes.
Do they ever speak before they receive words? Like, do they ever see the key up and they're like, hello?
No.
Is somebody going to say something?
You can't hear them.
No,
they have to
yeah.
key up as well.
Yeah.
That's what I'm- okay.
It's one at a time thing.
Yeah.
Right. That's
You-
why so they don't take over. They have to press, I want to listen to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Or talk back to you.
Talk back.
Yeah.
It's usually a push to
Called
talk on
stepping
them.
on each other.
Yeah.
People
Then you get the
everybody, and you hear like 3 voices at the same time.
Yeah,
Blah,
it's
blah,
weird.
blah, blah, blah.
and nobody
then-
can understand anybody.
And then everybody gives up and nobody's talking.
Yes.
Yeah. And then the controller comes on. Hey, we got 3 people on frequency right now. Who's calling ground frequency? Stop.
Everybody just make another turn.
Yeah.
Go around. It's like
Yeah.
trying to open the door and unlock it at the same time.
Yeah.
Wait.
So we usually get this deal, like he said, like in the morning when we got 3 or 4 people going out and the controller's overwhelmed.
Trying to
and
take off.
We're sitting out here on the ramp and requesting a taxi to the runway. And
All of y'all?
Yeah, we're all requesting at the same time. And
But
so
the thing is,
that's
we're
it.
all on different frequencies.
Yeah.
Like we're all, one person's on clearance, one person's on ground, one person's on tower. But that one person is working all 3 of those
So
frequencies.
they hear all of y'all.
Yes.
And they're like,
Yes. And they're like, hey,
call
3 of y'all,
the
they're like 3 of y'all talking to us at the same time. Who was calling ground?
so that's what they're supposed to. They put you
Yeah.
in order.
Yeah.
That's good.
One got mad at us the other day, and I was just like, dude, we can't hear the other people talk. I don't know when they're talking.
Why'd they get mad?
I mean, I'm sure they just got overwhelmed. I don't know if you can think of another way or more situations, but I tell all the students that they got 3 types of things that ATC could tell you. They could give you a clearance, they can give you a direction, or they can give you an advisories. There's only 2 of them that you have to repeat back. You don't have to repeat back advisories. So like advisories would be like the wind's at this direction blowing this hard. A clearance is you're cleared for 4 right. A direction would be turn to a heading of 020, maintain 2000. You have to repeat back directions and clearances, but advisories you don't have to repeat back. I can't think of any other call besides that, but
Yeah, because that advisory thing, you know, they'll do that when you're clear for takeoff. Wind 040 at 10,
Yeah.
Dustin at 25, clear for takeoff, runway 4 right,
Yes.
left traffic, proceed on course.
And it confuses
like,
the crap out of them.
The students all freaking out. What do I have to say? And I'm like, just tell them you're clear for takeoff full right.
I try to categorize everything, right? So when I'm listening to them, listening to all this stuff, I'm picking apart what I need to repeat back. I'm still listening to the information, like where the wind's coming from, but I'm like, okay, I don't need to say that back. Don't need to say that back. If they give bird advisories, they say that all the time. They'll say like, the wind's at this, clear for takeoff on full right, turn left on course to lead out to restriction, be advised, birds.
Yes.
No, they
Be advised, birds.
Yes.
Yeah, be advised,
Yes.
birds. A flock of white birds at the departure end of full right.
What were their names?
Oh, that's Tony and them.
Yeah. Oh, that's Tony and his crew. They just crossed
What's
it
your
over.
name? Tony.
Tony.
Gives a whole nother meaning to squawk.
Yeah.
That was real funny.
Yeah, there's always birds. And I mean, us flying over here, we always see the birds crossing at the end of full right, and they're going from the swamp to the the city, I guess.
When they cut the grass, they're real bad. They eat all the stuff.
And then they'll go back from the city back to the swamp. I don't know what they're doing.
They have some grandparents that got to go visit that feed them at a certain time every day.
Yeah, they're
I've
always
seen
out
like
there.
the flamingo looking ones, the pink ones.
Everything on the radio though is dejumbling all kind of stuff that they're saying. Like if you go IFR and they give you a clearance for an approach, they usually say Cessna 65752, 5 mile from final approach rig, turn left 190, maintain 2000, intercept the localizer. When and then they'll say clear for the ILS on 22 left, and you're like,
You have to repeat all of that?
no. That's why I'm saying
you have
it's
to say
all
it's
about
cleared for-
dejumbling everything that's
Gotcha.
in that, right?
So what you heard was cleared for like
Yeah. So that's your clearance, right? And they gave you 2 directions, heading and altitude.
Oh.
So turn 190, maintain 2000, cleared ILS 22 left. That's how you dejumble all the stuff that they're saying and just say the important information. And it's not a big deal here if you go like, we don't want you to, but like,
because
we're
it's not as busy.
Yeah, we're not as busy. But if you go into a Bravo where they're sequencing in a bunch of people to get in, like you can tell they don't want you on the radio. So say what you need to say and get off. You know,
What's a Bravo?
a
Busy.
New York-
Bravo for
New
busy.
Orleans. Yeah,
Houston.
Wow.
yeah, Houston, New
Pilots, huh?
Orleans, Denver. What did you say?
Kansas
I
City.
said pilots, huh? Like I'm talking to somebody back here. I'm talking to the audience. Like,
Pilots.
y'all,
Get a load
like,
of
y'all's
these-
mouths are still going to be moving. I'm just going to be over here talking to them. Like, I'm
Get
sorry,
a
y'all. They're
load
just,
of these guys.
Yeah, these guys
they're just
making
going
up
on
words.
and on and on about
Words.
stuff y'all don't want to hear.
Stupid.
Making up words. Words.
You said Bravo for busy.
Yes.
Oh yeah, B for busy. Really, Bravo's the phonetic
You know, that's
lettering.
the same amount of syllables, Bravo and busy.
But that's not the phonetic alphabet.
He's saying Bravo is busy. He's not saying don't say class busy.
So it's a class that means
Yeah,
busy.
it's a class of airspace.
It's bigger and
He's
has
trying
more.
to help. That's a way to remember that what a class Bravo is.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yep.
A class Bravo is a class Bravo because it is busy.
B for,
BB.
it's like a Sesame Street episode.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Today
B.
we're gonna learn B for busy.
Class Bravo.
Class
Airport.
Bravo.
737 coming in on final 4. Oh my God. Too much. Oh my God.
As far as talking on the radio, just say what you need to say. If you don't know how to say it in aviation terms or don't know the phraseology to use, just tell them you want to come in to land.
Like you
Or
tell people, like you're talking.
like you talking to your buddy. Yeah.
Hey, I'm trying to land.
Yeah, watch
Yeah.
the video.
Trying to land.
Yeah,
Hey, I'm trying to come in and land, and Tower, if they don't understand what you're trying to say, then they'll ask you. And now what do you want to do? And all they're trying to do is just understand so that they can help you.
you be ATC, you be coming into land.
Oh gosh. I'm not. You're ATC?
Oh no, yeah, I'm terrible.
You just flying in from Opelousas,
Yeah.
and you just looking out the windows, and you're getting close enough. You got to say something.
Okay.
Lafayette approach says 65752 over sunset inbound for landing.
65752 squawk 0152.
They're 152.
Then they're going to go and Cessna 65752, 14 miles north of Lafayette airspace. Come in for a left base on full right.
Left base, full right.
And
Kinda
then
stuttered.
that's all you do.
And then you land and you never talk to them until you fly again?
No,
Uh-huh. We're not done here.
no.
Man, I'm
he's-
gonna get close. He's gonna get closer.
I'm going to get closer, and then I might say I had the Lafayette Airport in sight, but then he might say, contact tower on 118.5.
But so
He might do it before I do it. But one of us is going to say something that's going to cue the other one to say, oh, yeah, okay.
are either of y'all ever waiting for the, like, are y'all like,
no,
are they going to say something? Or it's just like, y'all here, I'm going to say.
sometimes, yeah, but
Sometimes. Yeah,
most of the time they I forgot this part, but most of the time they say report Lafayette Airport in sight. So when
Yeah.
you're
So telling
coming
you,
in,
when you see it, let us
so
know.
yeah, what they'll say is 14 miles north of Lafayette Airport, coming for a left base on 4 right, report Lafayette Airport in sight.
Gotcha. So is that wrong? You made a face whenever I said, when you see it, let us know.
Yeah, well,
That's not what that means?
well, no, there's nothing wrong with that.
Oh, okay.
They, but yeah, sometimes I think I was thinking when you said, are you waiting on them? Yeah, sometimes we are. Sometimes we think, oh man, I guess they forgot about us. Hey, 65752 is the airport in sight, and so then that says to the controller, oh yeah, you are kind of close. Okay, switch the tower.
How do you know when you should reach out if they haven't?
I keep getting close to the airport, and it's like, man, I probably need to talk to tower now.
But
yeah.
that you've been doing this so long, that's just a feeling for
But at
you.
the end of the day, it's their fault if they don't switch you.
So they're supposed to talk first.
Yes,
Yeah.
if
That's what I want.
if you're doing something that you're not supposed to, they are supposed to go, hey, what are you doing? Like, where are you going? If they tell you to fly a heading and you're not flying that heading, yes, it is your responsibility to fly that heading, but it's also their responsibility to go like, hey, why are you not flying the heading that I just told you to fly? But some of those things like that, though, I mean, I don't think that's our responsibility at all. That's their responsibility
To switch us over.
Yeah, to dictate
Yeah.
when they switch us
So,
over.
okay,
Yeah.
now we're getting somewhere. So the first thing, you're going to talk first when you're on your way and you have a destination.
Yeah,
correct?
because now I got to tell them I'm coming in to their airspace.
Yep.
And they should, at the end, say, let us know when you see the airport, or like,
Yeah, they'll say enter a left base for runway 4 right, report airport in sight.
will they say that at the end of what y'all did earlier? Or is it like they'll wait a little while?
Well, no, he told
They
me
may.
He told me the left base. He just left out the report the airport in sight.
They
So
could
normally
say
that's
it at
when
the
they-
end, but they could also not say it, and then later on they're like, "Hey, 752, let me know when you get the airport in sight,"
Yeah,
and that'll cue you. They may forget to say that, and they may see you getting close, and they'll go, "Let me know when you get the airport in sight," to let you know, because they're waiting to switch you over, right?
Right.
They're waiting to switch you over to a tower because you're now close enough. Sometimes if you get the airport out in sight and you're 15 miles out, they're going to say, "Okay, Roger, you're going to stay with me for a little bit, even
Gotcha.
though you've got the airport
Yeah.
in sight."
Because they're not busy or something or whatever.
You're
They're
just not close enough.
yeah.
Oh, I see what
Or
you
they are busy and
All
they don't want to send you over to tower yet.
Yeah. They don't want to skip. They're like, okay, we're going to make sure you're going
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
I need to watch you a little bit longer because there's a lot of planes around you, and
I
I
see
don't
what you
want you
mean.
to hit one.
Yeah. Because
Uh,
approach, their job is to get the planes sequenced to the tower,
Right.
right? And then they hand it off to the tower, and the tower then coordinates everything else for them coming in to land and
Right.
go out, right?
So if they have a few planes, they're like, I already have a plan. Just slow down.
Yeah.
Or we got to watch
Exactly. That's what
Yeah.
they're supposed to. They're supposed to have a plan. Like, whenever they're doing their training, like the training guy, when like Nick and Jake and all them talk about training somebody, they kind of see it happening and they kind of know what to expect, but they're waiting for the trainee to figure it out. Like, okay, what's your plan here? In a safe way. It's the same thing we're doing. We got to let it mess up a little bit. We don't want you to hit a plane.
So like I had a student the other day, he told us to turn to heading of whatever, 180 or something like that. And we were like, it was a 180 degree turn. And my student was just learning how to fly. So he did a slow turn to the right, but he didn't have any emphasis on like turn 180 immediately. Like didn't have like a raised tone or anything. It was just turn 180. So he turned slow and he was like, Cessna 65752, what are you doing? Turn 180 now. And we were like, okay. So I was like, turning 180. He was like, if you're ever going to stop or something like that, you need to let me know because you're not flying the heading that I'm telling you. I was like, we're training and the student is making a very slow turn. If you need me to go faster, just let me know. I can make it go faster. Like,
I mean, honestly
Yes.
though, tell me it's urgent.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like I'm instructing this kid.
Yes. I'm trying to get him to do this.
And then also, they know our tail numbers and they know that we're a flight school. So they should all have patience with us.
Or at least the understanding.
And, yes, understanding and say, and tell us, tell us what's going on. Hey, I kind of need you to turn fast or need you to turn immediately because there's traffic.
Yes. And that was exactly why, right?
Yeah.
He told us to turn 180, and in a normal pilot, 180 right turn would have been out the way, no problem. But this is a training school and you don't know how experienced this pilot is, and I'm trying to let him do it. If it is for a reason for traffic coming straight at me, let me know, please, because I will start turning.
Some of the controllers do understand that and will tell us. And then some of the controllers, they don't like to tell you the big picture, or, they don't have to spell the whole thing out, but just kind of turn immediately. I got traffic. Yeah. That's all you need to say, really. That's the extra part that tells us that we need to go.
You don't even need to tell me there's traffic. Yeah. Just tell me to turn fast.
Yeah, you can just turn immediately.
Everything that they do most of the time is they assume that there's a confident, competent pilot flying the plane. But they just have to know that there is someone that is competent and confident in there, but I'm trying to let the less confident and competent person fly. Well, they'll do it a lot when they say clear for takeoff on 4 right, and then they'll say traffic on a 5-mile final. And the student may be so locked in on trying to remember what to say that they may just say clear to take off 4 right and not understand what that just meant, right? What he's trying to say is, hurry up. There's someone coming.
If you're going to do it now.
Yeah. You're clear, but go. When you get a traffic advisory, the traffic advisory is these, you'll hear it when they key up, you hear beep, 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 beep. And it's basically 2 planes are getting too close, right? They're exceeding that limit of what they normally allow the planes to get close. So something's flashing in there telling them hey, these planes are getting a little too close.
They're not pressing a button that makes it flash. There's something
it's
telling
the system
them.
telling them, hey, these planes are getting close.
Oh no.
And there's certain things that they have to say once they get in close enough. If they get too close, usually you'll hear them say traffic 1 o'clock, advise turn right immediately. Right.
That makes sense.
They have certain things that they have to say.
So if you heard that, you'd be don't touch.
Yes. No. Yeah.
We need to turn now. Yeah.
Have y'all ever been in a situation where they were go, they were kind of scared and they were just go to turn now, please turn.
Yes. They've had times where we got really close and they're turn now. But the more recent one was me and Will are flying, right? And we're coming up and
in 2 different planes.
Yeah, 2 different planes. Will's flying with the student, I'm flying with the student. And I'm in 58 Bravo, so 58 Bravo doesn't have traffic on their stuff. So you're really looking, right? And I didn't see them, but then all of a sudden you hear the person, the controller come over. It's beep, 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 beep. He's Cessna 65752, you got that traffic in sight? And I was traffic not. Yeah.
See, that's too much to understand if you're about to crash.
Traffic in sight, and I was
what are you saying?
No. And then he was 58 Bravo, turn left. And Will's 58 Bravo, turn left.
We're both answering
and then I looked over, and then I looked over, and then Will's plane is he was I finally saw him, and then I was oh my God, he's
he's there.
He's less than a mile away from me. Yeah. He's right there.
Y'all could have high-fived.
Yes, and all I saw was they gave us directions to turn eventually, right? So he was just turn this direction. And then I turned. So when he turned, my wing came up, right? He turned to the left.
No.
We turned to the left. The wing came up. And then he was turning the other way. So the wing came up. And then I was oh, there he is. He's right there. Yeah. And all I saw was his plane bang super hard to the side. I was yeah, that was
you see Will in there
close.
Yeah.
He got back over. He was did you see how close we got?
What do you mean, did I see how close you could have yelled at me out the window.
I saw your face.
I had a close call here a long time ago. This was before they closed 1129, way back.
So it's still open.
Yeah, it was
prior to the shutdown.
Prior to the 10-year shutdown.
600 years ago.
Yes, it's a long time ago. When I used to fly for Acadian Ambulance, we were coming in to land on 29 in the Learjet, and then and actually 4 left was open at the time.
Oh, wow. That's ancient.
Yes, this is back in ancient times. And
This is like the map
Cavemen down there beating wheels.
This is like the map you have in your truck.
Yes, it was about that time frame, 2001. All right. No, it wasn't that long ago. No, they cleared a guy to land on 4 left, and he was in an RV. And then they told us, square your base to final for 29. And so, yeah, okay, we did. Now I'm in a Learjet, and we're coming in at the approach speed's 130 knots. So we come in, and we're coming in on final for 29, and then they tell us go around.
Go,
but they didn't say a tail number.
That would help.
We just went around.
Yeah.
And then so did the guy in the RV. And so I see them, like, we're taking off 29, they're taking off 4 left, and I see the RV pass in front of me, and then I kind of go around this side. Yeah. Oh, oops. And so then we come back around, and I think we landed on 4 right. And the guy I was flying with was the director of operations for Acadian Ambulance. And after we landed, he said something like, "Oh, was that us?" And then it was kind of like the tower was silent. It was the tower's mess up. And so, like, whenever we asked about, or he asked about it, it was just kind of radio silence. Okay. Yeah.
We'll let that go.
Yeah.
I'm going to need a phone number for you this time.
So I mean, when we both went around, she finally said a tail number, but then we'd already done, everybody had already gone around. So,
I mean, there's so many close calls probably out there that I've already got a couple, and I've just started. I'm sure there's.
Yeah, but the other one was the Kaylee one that was the most recent one that you were talking about. Yeah. I forgot about that one, but yeah, that was, we didn't spot the right traffic. We were on downwind, and they told us about some traffic. And we thought we saw the traffic, and then they cleared us to land. And they said, behind that traffic, you're cleared to land. 22 left.
When y'all say behind, does that mean y'all are behind? Let them land first?
Yes.
Or does that mean they're behind you, hurry up and go?
No.
Okay.
We're behind them.
We're in the air. We're in the air. We're spotting them, and then they're saying, come in to land behind them. Yeah. And so we thought we spotted the traffic, and so we came in. She called the traffic out. And so I was just going off of the student. I mean, I kind of saw it too. So we came in to land, and we were on final, and then it was an airliner coming in behind us, and he said something like, "What about that traffic? What about the spacing on that
he said,
traffic?"
"We gonna be good with that traffic in front of us."
The airliner said that?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
no.
And then the controller was like, "Huh? What? You know?" And then. And then he said, "Oh, they're going around." And so I kind of knew what was going on. So we just went around.
When they were talking to the airliner
Yes.
and said, "Oh, they're going around," that's when you knew.
I knew.
That's when you found out that
I
you should.
I kind of realized
He
what
put
was
two and two
happening
together. If you wouldn't have
Yes.
went around, they would have said Cessna 65752 go around.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it's not like it was like, yeah, they're going around.
Yeah, no, he was. I could tell what was going on.
So if you didn't hear that, they still would have been like, "Hey, go around, please go around."
Yeah. 752 go around. This is all part of radio communication. You're paying attention to what else is going on too. So I heard the airliner say, like, "What about that traffic? What about that traffic?" And then whenever the tower guy said go around, I knew he was talking about us, because the airliner guy wouldn't have been asking about it if it looked like it was good enough to land, you know?
Yeah.
So and then
It's always painting a picture.
and that's another part that students don't do, because they're just learning all this stuff, and they don't listen to what else is happening to kind of know what to expect.
And if you don't understand, ask.
Yes.
Yes.
Please.
I mean, it sounds
Hey,
like.
do you want me to go around or whatever? You know.
Sometimes when I'm teaching or I'm into something, we may be doing something very specific, and I can't.
Especially if you're teaching a new person in the pattern, you're trying to explain to them what to do at this point, and they're telling you clear to land, and you might miss it because you're trying to explain to the student, okay, pull your power, pull the carb heat, put 10 degrees of flaps in, pitch for this speed.
And if ATC knew all that, they'd understand, but they don't. So they should be understanding.
Yes.
Yes.
Y'all need, hey, a lot going on here. What was that? Like, whatever,
Well, we took one of the guys up for a discovery flight, and I kept like trying to get him to fly. He was like, I would rather be bliss in my ignorance than let you be right. He was like, because I see you doing it and it looks like a lot. I was like, yeah, it's,
all right.
It's not easy.
Yeah, all of them should go up for at least a discovery flight. They should go up and fly.
You're talking about you took one of them.
Yeah, one of the controllers.
Yeah. He's like, I'd rather be bliss in my ignorance because I don't want to admit that you're right.
I'd like to go up in the tower and like do radar or just
like you be a trainee.
Yeah, like
that
they
would be
can.
cool.
I think they have a simulator where they can put somebody on and like
That'd be cool.
and let them try to put me on the simulator so that I can
You're used to it.
Yeah, but like give it to me, make it easy first and then
make it hard.
and then start making it hard. Yeah, I want to
give me the
experience
real
it.
thing.
Yeah, give me the real
ready.
like I want
You went to
40
years of
planes in the
schooling.
area.
Let's do this.
Yeah.
When it's
They had
just
to
our flight school up there, let us traffic
Yeah,
down.
let us have that situation with it.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. And I made sure that the guy that I was with, I did an ILS or something like that, like loaded and approach him to fly it in to show him how much you have to do when you're doing that. He was like, yeah, you clicked a lot of buttons. I was like,
I wouldn't be surprised if you were like, none of these do anything. Like
just clicked,
you're
like,
not
pull
telling
some
him.
circuit breakers that don't even work. Like, yeah, just make
Flipping
it
the
look-
vent switch, like just
yeah,
anything you can touch
yeah.
that moves.
Yeah,
you
Well,
That's
like whenever I took Nathan with me, I don't know if you watched that podcast with Nathan, but he was talking about, I took him up in the Piaggio and I shot an ILS back to, or RNAV or
Yes.
something back to New Iberia and had my head down, setting up the FMS and all that stuff. And he's like, why aren't you looking out the window? I was like, I got to set up the approach.
Yeah.
That's what a controller's here for, He's supposed to tell me about I'm IFR anyway. And we were in and out of clouds.
There, you relied strictly on the controller letting you know if something was coming.
Yeah.
Y'all have just told several stories where if y'all did that, you would have high-fived another plane.
Well, in
There's a
that
different
case,
separation from VFR traffic
There
to
we
the
go.
That's what I
IFR
was about to
traffic.
say.
There we go. Okay.
what
that
he
makes
was
sense.
doing was IFR. And IFR is, you got to think like you're solely relying on them because you're
And they
in
know
the
this.
clouds. Yeah,
Yeah.
and they know that you can't, at any given time, you could not see probably.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That makes
So
sense.
they got to keep you farther away from each other.
Yeah.
They know that the only way you're getting where you're getting is
Yes.
because they told you what to. Yeah,
Yeah.
I gotcha.
Now, time for Today in Aviation History.
Well, I guess I could talk about mine. All right. Well, September 19th, 1783 was the first hot air balloon.
Was the first hot air balloon.
It was the first one to go up in the air in France, and they had some sheep, ducks.
He's got the paper
And-
right in front of him.
I was about to say, you're not reading it, but I'm reading it. So, like, you're doing extra.
It
I'm
looks
reading
even
off this
funnier.
paper.
It looks even funnier because yours is on your lap, and then Brennan's like,
Do we have the same thing? No, he was right about the sheep and goat and stuff.
Yeah, sheep, duck, and rooster, and the hot air balloon.
sheep and goat and stuff.
So they're kind of the same, aren't they? I mean, it's the same thing, huh?
Got it.
Yeah. So anyway, in 1783 was when the first hot air balloon went up, and they put some sheep, some ducks, and a rooster in there. Maybe
Probably one
there's-
of each.
Probably one of each, and they did that for King Louis the 14th.
Because they thought he'd like it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean that's kind of cool, hot air balloon.
Yeah.
That's crazy that's the first hot air balloon to go up. And they did it because they thought the king would like it.
Yeah,
Yep.
it was
And
in
went up
Versailles.
1,700 feet.
Yep,
That's pretty
that is pretty high.
They said if something happens, sheep, rooster, they're gone.
What,
they had people scattered on the ground to catch them in case it.
You know what I don't understand? Like, why didn't the rooster just like jump out? It seemed like the rooster would just be like jump on the side and be like, oh. And then
I'll
jump
find
out.
a picture. What year was this?
1783.
Probably no pictures.
Probably not. I don't think a camera exists back
I
then.
don't think a rooster can fly either.
No, they can't fly. But that's why it would have been crazy if the rooster tried to look and then it just fall, like
Also, the same day, the first rooster flew.
anyway, that's what happened in this day in history.
Yeah.
What else happened? Speaking of roosters.
Speaking of roosters, nothing to do with them. In 1902, the Wright brothers began testing their third glider at Kitty Hawk, North Carolina.
Is that where the Wright brothers, is that where they did their first flight?
I don't know.
You don't know?
But I do like the other one, so just read the other one too.
Read the other one?
Yeah.
In 1907?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, in 1907, the first piloted helicopter flight takes place, reaching an impressive altitude of 2 feet above the ground.
How do you say that town in France?
That's why I said the ground. Because Douai. France. Yeah, something like that. While being steadied by several men.
Oh,
so not even not even
they
able.
They were holding the rope.
Yeah, they like holding. It was like, hold strong, man. Hold the front.
It's too high up.
It's too powerful. I can't hold it much longer. Put it down.
It's like the size of that airplane right there, and they're like, no, not 2 feet. Not 2 feet. It's too high.
Now time for some cockpit comedy.
So what do you call an airplane that flies backwards? A receding airline.
Oh, that's about as good as mine.
Okay, that's pretty good. I haven't heard that.
It was good.
I haven't heard that one. That was good. That was good.
Oh my God.
Ryan hated it.
His is gonna be like, why did the airplane cross the road?
All right, so it was mealtime on an airplane, and the flight attendant asked a passenger if he would like some dinner. What are my choices? The passenger asked. Yes or no, she replied. Nobody got it.
No.
You know what? I'm going to do another one.
Well, I think I heard it as a yes or no question, so everything was correct. What are my choices? Would you like some dinner? What are my choices? Yes or no? Yeah. That's...
No. That he wants to know what you chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tried to sue the airport for losing my luggage. I lost my case.
Okay, that one's a little bit better.
It's like all of these came from a pilot in like 1960 or something.
These are like
some pilot dads are gathered around the table. We're like, what do we got, kid? What do we got?
Write that one down. That was a good one. Write that one down.
They talked for like an hour, came up with 100 jokes, and wrote them all down. And Ryan's like, "Yeah, this is the list.
This is great. This is good. This is good. Some good dad jokes right here. I love it."
Me and Madison were reading a whole list of them, and we were like, "Oh my God, this is awful."
Yeah.
You might have that list.
I probably have the list. It's the list. I printed out that this is some good stuff right here.
And now the final approach.
All right. Well, we got a ATC meetup coming up on September 27th.
We've only been talking about it for
the last 4 podcasts. One day we'll know.
One day.
Well, now we know.
But now we know.
Did you even ask them, or did they just send you the thing?
He just sent it to me. I think but I did have a reminder to ask him. And then he just sent it. So
good.
Yeah, so it worked out. On September 27th at 9 a.m., we're going to have the ATC meetup again. Coffee, donuts, questions. You know what? We learned a lot of ATC stuff. That's what we learned.
Today.
Yes. Today we learned a lot about ATC. And but we'll get to talk to the controllers and talk to them about those grumpy ones.
Coffee and donuts.
We're going
to talk about stuff.
Come with your questions, comments.
Yeah. What are they going to teach?
Concerns.
What'd you say they were going to teach? He said
they're supposed to teach special VFR. Talk about special VFR. Well, I did talk to Jake about like trying to do something where like we just have a get together and invite them, and then maybe they talk about tower stuff. Maybe they don't.
To where it's not like FAA.
It's not, authorized by any organization or any of that stuff. It's just like Owens Flight Training just having y'all over.
The ATC meetup is authorized by something?
It's not the FAA. It's their union.
But it is the ATC people.
Yeah, ATC union.
What's what are those things called when you go to you go eat breakfast and they just talk to people?
Yep. Yeah.
Like the governor does it, or
Yeah.
the mayors do it when they're trying to get elected. They're like,
A town hall meeting.
No, I
they
know what you're
like-
talking about.
they say like, come to McDonald's and get free coffee and
It's
ask
like
your mayor any question you want. Something talk.
Coffee talk.
No, you know what I'm talking about though.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Like a general gathering or like something
Yeah.
like a...
Adios, sir.
If you made it this far, you listened to the entire episode. And for that, we would just like to say thank you, and we hope you enjoyed it. We would also like to thank Brennan Go for being my co-host today. If you have any questions about today's episode or suggestions for future episodes, just leave a comment or message us, and we'll do our best to answer. If you'd like to check out some fun aviation videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel at Owens Flight Training. Or if you'd like to get more information on becoming a safe, knowledgeable, and confident pilot, just head over to our website, owensflighttraining.com.